Ladies and gentlemen, episode 17 of the EE PowerTalk. My name is Daddy Blessing.
My name is Elvis. Welcome to the episode. We're in episode
17.
Hey, nasi tunasonga.
Tunakimbia kukimbia. In this particular episode, we're going to talk about content creation. Something that we are doing right now. We are creating content.
We're creating content.
So that you people can watch. And those that are listening on Spotify can listen.
We can also... Yeah, it's good anyway. Content creation.
Yep.
How long have you been doing content creation?
I've been doing content creation since I started in high school. To be honest, I started in high school in 2014. That is when I started content creation. I uploaded my first YouTube video using my sister's phone.
You uploaded your first video?
Yeah, my first YouTube video using my sister's phone. Hata hakuwahi jua. Hata anasikia saa hii leo.
You started... I started content creation. Yeah. I once tried in... when was it? 2018. That was when I started content creation.
You found me with 4 years of experience.
Na hiyo yangu nilishoot video moja nikaona, hey, hapana. This is not my thing.
I had talked about how I started content creation. I wanted to be a comedian. The style of Mr. Bean, Akina Charlie Chaplin and those. Running, doing funny things. So that is what I was doing for that whole while. Because nilikuwa nasikia YouTube inaripaga. Then in 2016, now I started seeing people being paid money because of doing content creation. Like Akina Njugush.
And I used to see those guys and I used to think they used to make millions of money.
Yo.
Nikafungua YouTube channel. Nikaweka video. Nikaweka.
First of all, the threshold ndio ulipwe na hii YouTube. Alafu unakuta for you to be paid lazima watu sijui 1000 sijui what. Hey. Those calculations were very difficult for me. And when I started now the journey of creating content, I was creating for the platform to pay me. Not for the people to enjoy the content that I'm making or for me to embrace my talent. I was creating the YouTube inilipe. Hii YouTube kulipa nikasikia inatakanga mtu akuwe na bank account. Niko nayo.
You don't have a bank account?
Ulinifungulia?
Hata PayPal huna?
PayPal nilikuwa nayo. Nilikuwa na kaujanja fulani. Nilikuwa naenda mahali kwa cyber. Una boy fulani alikuja kuniajiri baadaye. But alikuwa na cyber, nilienda nikafungua email address kwake. So nikafungua PayPal. So I've been having PayPal since 2016.
You've had PayPal since 2016?
Yes.
Where?
I've had PayPal since 2016. At that time, what I was doing nayo ilikuwa ya ku receive money for people on behalf of people. Kuna jamaa fulani alikuwa anauza fishing lines. Na hizi ndoano za nini. So what he used to do, alikuwa anapiga picha, anauzia wazungu. Wanampea orders, anazimake, anazituma. So yeye hakuwa na PayPal. So the only way he could be paid ni through mimi. Akilipwa ni kama nilikuwa dogomodhi. Analipwa 100,000, ananipea 500.
Na unachukua?
Nafurahia. Sijui hakuna kitu nimedu. Ni kama utumie simu yangu unilipe 500. 500 nitatokea. Mimi sivuti bangi, sikulangi jaba, sikulangi anything. So nitaenda kwa movie base. Movie base ni 10 bob. Boss nikiwa na 500. Nitabai kangumu. Kangumu ya 50 ni 10. 10 kangumus. Jumoja ni 5. Na nini? Na juice. Kuna kitu ilikuwa inaitangwa juice cola. Juice cola ya 5 bob.
Ile yenye ulikuwa unaweka ina dilute unakaa kama uko na I used to buy this. Una hiki chupa kia 1 liter.
Yes.
Then unagonga juice cola moja.
Yes.
Inakaa kama pia unakunywa Coca-Cola.
Yes. For the rich kids, unajua mnasikia hizo vitu ni kama magic.
Mnashangaa what kind of drugs are those?
What the kind of drugs are those? That's the kind of life we used to live in. So una imagine ukiwa na 500, hizo ni Sunday ngapi yenye utapiga hesabu? Na ni haka ka period kenye umetoka form 4. Hujui kama mzazi anafikiria kukupeleka college ama hesabu zako amemaliza.
You're not pretty sure.
So unapiga vibaru hapa na pale. So at least we uko na kaujanja fulani, umejua hizi mambo za PayPal na whatever.
True.
Ukiwa na email ushago.
Unaambia watu I have an email.
By
then going to the cyber and getting an email opened for you to cost like 50 to 100 bucks.
Na
do you know my first email nilienda cyber nikafunguliwa na nikafurahi sana.
Yes.
Nikafurahi. Kwanza nilikuwa nimeandika password. You know I didn't have a smartphone by then.
Yes.
So I only had the email
and
the password. Kwenye nilienda nikaweka hiyo karatasi, it disappeared.
Mimi the very first email I opened, I still have it up to date.
Yeah. Mimi nimefungua.
The very first number I had, then I still have it up to date. Jumi ID nilichukulia shule. Picha ya ID yangu inakuanga na nini? Na picha ya shule. Niko na tie na uniform ya shule. That is how serious I was. Kwa sababu kwetu, I come from a family of politicians. So lazima ungechukua ID. So back now to content creation. Now when I started creating content, ilikuwa mimi nilipwe. Sikuwa ati ni spread any message ama anything. I wanted to get paid. Sinasikia huku mtu akiupload analipangwa. Yeah? I want to do that. Now, I used to watch movies. So we started with recreating some segments of movies that we could see. And we used to create very funny things. Una create a short skit, then wewe mwenyewe unakuwa DJ ya Afro wa hiyo movie.
Wewe mwenyewe ndo una translate.
Inakuwa DJ ya Afro wa hiyo movie. Now the funny thing is uko katikati mkiact na mkifanya nini, utakonga mtu vibaya, mtakosana. Unajua sasa mkikosana ni vita. So basically that's how I got introduced to content creation. I've been creating content creation on and off for now that is 8 years. No, not 8 years. 10 years. Because I started in 2014. But now professionally I started in 2017 creating for other people, not myself. As a videographer behind the scene, nikiwa jobs are in and out. Nakuja town kinaniramba, narudi ku create tena for myself. Nafungua YouTube channel, nazifunga, nazirebrand, nazipea majina zingine. So it has been a struggle in and out until I found a niche or a place I can comfortably create both to monetize the content and also to impact others.
Okay. But generally, seems wewe umekuwa na safari.
Absolutely.
Mimi, I'll say I started content creation because of kukua broke. And when I started content creation, I started with a goal. I wanted to make money. I wanted to create content to attract clients. The goal was simple. Nilikuwa nafanya graphics na web design. So I had the idea of talking about my services on social media and then convert those people into clients. Yeah. But kidogo nikaona, hey, huku kumanuva, I posted my first video. It got like 100 views in sijui 24 hours. Nikabambika sana. And I got one comment.
Yes.
Alafu nika reply your comment. Huyo haku reach out. But I said I'll not give up. Yes. I shot another video. And that was TikTok by then. Remember, mimi nilikuwa na create YouTube videos before.
Yes.
But nilikuwa na create videos how to open a KRA pin, how to file your KRA returns, how to very simple videos because I thought nikipata views mingi, I'll get paid by
YouTube. Yeah.
But now I decided, let me start content creation with a goal. The goal being that it's to create content that will attract clients.
Yes.
I had the intention of using TikTok to kuambia watu what I personally do.
Yeah.
And it did work well for me. Juu enyewe they say that until you create your 50th video, that is when you'll know what content creation is. But sasa along the way nika realize, this content creation thing kuda venye I need to do something else. You know nilikuwa nafikiria kufanya nini? Dancing. I wanted to start dancing. I had seen how successful these creators who are dancing. Na mimi nikaamua, let me start dancing. Then here's the funny thing about trial and error. Nikapostingi video ya kudance. Nikaona mtu ameniandikia hapa, this is not yours.
Iko na wenyewe.
Iko that sijui. You know like kila una try kurhyme na ngoma. It doesn't. So me, I left that. Did you ever hear of easy mukbang? Inaitwa
mukbang eating.
Hiyo nya unakula. So nikafikiria pia wacha nianze kutengeneza video za kuku. Like in my head I thought that you can create such kind of content and people will like it. See, I started. lakini sasa nikirecord nikajiuliza how like unaona how they eat gluttonously
junk whatever.
Hey, by the time unafika 2 minutes tumbo iko tu like and I said I'll not even post this stuff. Then I decided to, you know what I decided to do? Nikaona tu kamem fulani Twitter, nikaka screenshot.
Yeah.
And then I just created a 15-second video of it.
Yeah.
Hiyo kitu ilienda viral.
Yeah.
So now I said, this is the thing. Hii ndio itaniletea customers.
Yeah.
I started creating such kind of videos where like nachukua gari kama Demio hivi na ichongoa. Yeah?
Yes.
And with that I used to get a lot of views. Zilikuwa zinakuja hadi 100,000 in 24 hours. So I used to write in the comment section that I'm a web designer.
Yes.
Then after creating such kind of content for like 6 months, a lady came to my DM. In fact, do you know nilikuwa nimenunua line mpya specifically
for customers.
Nilielewa. Nilikuwa nimenunua hiyo line in case anyone wants to seek my services. You can get me through that line.
Yes.
In a period of 6 months, I got like 3 DMs.
Yo.
DM wa mwisho was from a lady and I thank God for that lady. Alinitext akaniambia. DM ya kwanza ilikuwanga ya dem fulani alinitext. Akaniambia wewe fala, unatumia image yangu kwa TikTok. I had screenshotted an image of her on TikTok and used it for one of my videos. And I didn't credit her.
Yeah.
So she was threatening me akiniambia she's going to sue me. So yeye ndo alini DM wa kwanza.
Yeah.
Wa pili alikuwa msee, he was a WordPress web designer. Alikuwa anataka nimsaidie na ka project. Hakunilipa. Unaona?
Na ulimsaidia.
Na nilimsaidia. The third one was a lady alinitext akaniambia, napenda hii ujinga yako sana. I was like, yani I put all my efforts.
Yeah.
Na chomo na ring light hapa.
Yeah.
Macho. And then you tell me unapenda ujinga yangu. That was a wake up call.
Yeah.
And in December 2022, I stopped creating that kind of content. I completely quit.
Yeah.
Got back to the drawing board. Now what will I talk about? Then I realized there is something I have been suppressing in me. I have been suppressing the person who can actually speak to people.
Yes.
Bro, in December, I think it was in January of 2023, I shot a video, up to date, has been one of the highest ranking videos. And I was talking about the remote work, freelancing, and how people can actually get to earn money online.
Yes.
That video up to date has over 1.7 million views.
Wow.
Iyo video ilisamba. Within a period of 2 weeks, that video got me over 50,000 followers on TikTok.
Wow.
I had a Telegram channel that moved from 5,000 subscribers to 16,000. Endo nikarealize kitu ni serious. I started creating that kind of content. Funny enough, the clients started coming. Napata client moja wawili. Like I could get like 2 clients this month. This one needs this. Kuna watu walikuwa nataka training. So I used to do that. And I said that 2023, I will fully immerse myself in creating valuable content. If you don't have value in your content, there's no way someone is going to buy from you. And that is one of the biggest things that we have today. You cannot be creating content that has no value and expect in turn that people will pay you. Pay you for what?
Nothing.
And you see the goal with content creation is basically educate, entertain, empower.
Yeah.
You get?
Yeah.
Me, I decided to focus on empowering and educating. Entertainment, the entertainment facet of content creation in Kenya. Imejaa watu hivi.
Yeah.
We have dancers, comedians, and most of them, ukiangalia when it comes to monetary perspective, there's a bit of a problem. I didn't want to have that problem. As a web designer, nilikuwa napiga hesabu naona, enyewe, you have to be unique in your content creation. And that is how I specialized in my niche. I got to a point that I shoot like a minimum of 3 videos a day. And I have to make sure that in each and every video I post, it has, even if it's just one word that can give value to someone. That is what I'm looking for. So up to date, that has been my journey. I was able to diversify from TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Telegram. Yes.
When it comes to content creation, there isn't a straightforward way of doing things.
Absolutely.
Me, I tell people, experiment until you know your audience. Get to know what your audience likes and get to now package your product in accordance to what your audience consumes. I wouldn't have thought in a million years that I would be a business consultant.
Never.
Mi nilikuwa naishi kusema nitapiga watu picha, tell good stories and to empower Africa, give a new story of Africa. Actually that's my mission and vision, to give the African perspective or the African story from the African eye. That is what I wanted to do documentaries, to travel, show people how beautiful Africa is, while at it making some money for myself. I never thought that one day I could be sitting in a call with a business person sharing strategies on how they can improve their businesses. I never thought, until I started to run my own business called DB Studios. Hiyo tu yenye nimekuambia, telling stories, now making the business sense of that business made me turn into a business consultant. Because while you are dispensing this knowledge and it is working for the person, they will find a way, not even find a way, they will find it fit to compensate for what you've given them. We started with a few businesses, local shops, giving them strategies. This is what you can implement over the next month. Over the next month, we see you being in this and this place if you implement this and these systems. Master sales. If you master sales, it doesn't matter whether your content is moving or it is not moving. You will, at the end of the day, because you have mastered that aspect of selling, you will be able to scale, because the business is scaled using sales. You understand? So I also learned to implement that on DB Studios, not just saying napiganga picha kali.
Of course.
Picha kali, then what? I have to show you the value that I'm bringing to my... Yeah, I mean, ni norma. Naeza kuedit.
Ni more fire.
Mini more fire. Unaweza kuwa na hizo kazi zote na maskills zote, but you're not making business sense of it.
True.
So I sat back and started as I am consulting to other businesses, I started now creating content to my audience with the same vibe. Mimi nikienda mahali kwa boardroom ni learn kitu. Okay, I won't share it directly. But after a while, I'll share it with my audience. And that is how I started creating an audience that is centered around entrepreneurship. Myself growing in this space, the fastest way to grow, and I'll tell you this for free, when you learn, teach, that thing will never escape.
Of course.
But when you learn and keep it to yourself, you might forget implementing. But when you have learned and you have taught, that is forever. That thing is forever.
It's very common.
So I diversified from just creating. I also was doing comedy, you know.
Na siasa.
Nilikuwa
na kuona hadi live usiku.
I'm telling you.
Man, you used to do a lot of stuff hadi nilikuwa.
I had a quote unquote radio show. I think it was the very first one.
On TikTok.
On TikTok ever. Sasa siku hizi naonanga watu wakijaribu kufanya vitu like
you copied.
I was there. I had a show called Daddy's House. The OGs remember. In that show, the OGs. Daddy's House.
Who was your targeted Jeddah?
My targeted Jeddah was everyone. The funny thing is,
what were gentlemen doing in Daddy's House?
Daddy's House, we were talking about. We had Skills Monday, Investment Wednesday, and Sasa Friday ilikuwa free. Just music.
Okay.
So Skills Monday, we would share about different things. Na Monday Tuesdays. Monday Tuesday we would talk about. Mimi hata nililearn vitu zingine kwa how. So najifanya venye najua, but I'm listening to what people are saying na kusoma comments. By the way, ukiweka nini kwa sako ABCD yako utanyoroshwa. Today we are talking about SACCOs and how they operate in Kenya. Mambo za interest rates na whatever zote nilisomea kwa hiyo show.
And this was all because of content creation.
All because of content creation. The moment I started creating content that resonates with my specific audience, that is when I found my niche. Na nikajua sasa hii mambo ya entrepreneurship na sukuma mpaka kwenye itanipeleka.
But then honestly, you know, one of the things people don't understand about content creation is that it puts you in public.
Yes.
And it allows people to talk about you even when you're not there. I have gotten to a point hadi siku hizi niko like, you still can't believe.
Mm-hmm.
And you see, I one of the things I sensitize is that when you begin your content creation journey, begin content creation with the perspective that you've come to offer value.
Yes.
Right? Like, I think unaonanga easy follow, jump up. I think you've seen all that.
Yeah.
If there's one of the things that I think it's good to continue doing that, if it
gives you works for you,
if it gives you your bread and butter, very good. But for me, I normally believe that if you want to be known for something and if you want to stand out in a crowd, offer value. Let people know that this and this particular individual does this and this.
Yes.
But Raya Mingi, what we have is nowadays, we want to be famous. We want to share weird stuff on social media.
Yeah.
Like everyone nowadays, I tell people you have to have something unique. Why do you think mse wa kupika wa Dan? Why do you think Nanio is Ombachi is unique?
Dan.
Because he has something that he's offering. There's this guy I normally watch. He's a dancer, gentleman. For me, I don't hate people. Me, I tell people I don't know your demons. I don't know what happens. But me, I respect what you do. There's this guy called Tilepak Bro.
Yeah, he has found a business sense in dancing.
Like if you look at him and you look at some other dancers, you're like, this one, let me pay this one.
Yeah, he understands the business of
aspect.
dancing.
Others, like people don't understand that when you start your content creation stuff, it's a business. When you put me on the negotiation, ukiniita to negotiate, no, you're not negotiating with a creator. You're negotiating with a business person. I will counter you nikwambia this one no, I'll not agree to it.
Yeah.
And this is a reason as to why you find like most creators are broke because we don't have the business perspective. Plus, we don't have the self-discipline to be out there each and every day.
Yes.
Kuna mtu anapost video moja in 1 week. There are people who are doing 10 videos a day.
Yes. Amtawaipatana.
How do you think you'll compete with that person?
Never.
In the negotiation table, when it comes to business, this person will say, my rate is 450,000. Wewe utasema, yangu mi ukinipea 20,000 ni sawa.
Niko sawa tu.
And that's how you find creators being taken advantage of.
Yes.
There is also someone who told me something very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Stop going with the flow.
Absolutely.
When you see the crowd saying that now, let's create content, to weird stuff. Like right now, if you started talking about toxic things about women, bro, you'll get so many followers.
Yeah.
But at what cost?
At the cost of sabotaging your brand.
Right?
Actually, I tell people, the people that came when you started talking about negative things, they came as an audience to witness your very, very
fast downfall.
Yes.
Exactly. And it's the same thing. I always ask people that make your content creation based on your personality.
Yes.
That person you portray on social media, let people meet that same person. Many other times unakuta creator online and then unakutana naye, you're like, oh my goodness, I don't even want to ever meet you again. You get me? Because the personality you put on social media is a personality that, oh wow, charming, very good. But when you meet face to face, it's very common.
Yes.
We enda na huko. You get? Again, content creation, there's one thing people don't get.
Yes.
Content creation is not a fast way to make money.
It is not.
Umeona watu umefikisha 1 million followers and then you start lamenting, with all these followers I cannot make money. Listen, you're not paid because of the followers you have in content creation.
Yes.
You're paid for the value that you provide.
Yes.
So in as much as you're a content creator, you need to be doing something. Get a job.
I tell people, even if you're a content creator, apart from kupostia hizo kampuni kazi kwa nini yako, what else can you offer behind the scene? Because me most of the things maybe companies would pay me for, si hata kuwapostia. Can you sit down and offer strategy? Okay, I might post on my wall, ikose kuconvert. Yes, there is that exposure and all that. But can I sit down and say, okay, apart from posting here, I can be on your strategy team. I can be offering this and this and this and this. I know about this and this and this. I know about how to set up systems and systems that can be followed. Within a span of 3 months, you can audit my work and we shall revise up my rates. Can you sit down and negotiate like that? Not just negotiating. Instagram yako iko na 10,000 wewe. hiyo tunaripaga watu wako na 10,000 tunawaripaga dhaubiri. Wewe kwa nini unaitisha 10,000? So you want one sharings for every that's not the kind of negotiation you should be doing. You should be doing the kind of negotiation of, okay, yes, you might have 10,000 followers, but there's something you're saying that we can implement behind the scene.
Of course.
Yeah, without necessarily you having to post for us and all that. Guiding them on how social media works. Like right now, if people hire me as a content consultant, I will teach their team how to create content for business. There is specific way of creating content for business. You just don't post. Upostingi tu posta na goja watu wakuja wanunue. The sales aspect. Personally, I'm training myself how to sell. That's why I've been going hard on DB Studios. So as a content creator, yes, there is that aspect of offering my services to post to post your services or your product on my wall, but that's not the only thing I can offer. So when you start creating content, make sure there is something extra that you're offering to this person. Your rate card will appreciate itself. It doesn't, unajua, it is so disturbing kupata rate card ya mtu akona 1 million followers iko 50,000 na rate card tuseme maybe for example yangu, just a hypothetical example, niko na 50k followers but rate card yangu iko 150k. Unajiuliza how? But angalia behind the scenes in the contract na wapea services gani na gani. Business consultancy, I'm doing audits for this biashara every week. I'm also offering bookkeeping for them. Kuna watu wana running tu kiundudho. They don't know how to keep books and all that, especially these small businesses, the ones that are looking forward to incorporate baadaye, the ones that have registered newly. What other services can you offer?
But I think that's something else that people need to think about. In as much as you're doing your content creation, what other things can you also do? Unaitwa
kama content creator kwa kampuni, all of a sudden unaekwa in charge of all content creators. Watu unashindwa, wewe ulibribe. I just went and offered something else that you were not offering.
I was shocked recently to see some of the things we see with content creation. Like right now,
yes,
there are companies that want to hire me, and they tell me, Elvis, we want to have you on retainer for a period of 6 months.
Yes,
and we want you to help our content creation team.
Yes.
So you're like, okay, sawa, and you come to an agreement and you agree. So you go to the business and you find that they have a content creation team. But the biggest problem that we have today is that people don't understand what content creation is. There's difference between actually, I tend to use the word content. Content has to be something that does something to you. As I said, it can entertain, empower, or educate. But now most businesses are unable to leverage upon content creation. Juu unakuta ile content creation wanafanya ni kiundudho. Have you ever seen the content KRA shoots?
There is something I told a client of mine akajam, but nilimwambia ukweli. What your team does, they shoot videos, they don't create content.
They don't create content. Unakutanga tu like, you don't jump on a trend
and
expect to grow sales.
Because what you've done in that video, there is nothing we can pick to say, this is valuable to the
of
business.
Course. Yes.
What you've done is create a 1 second video with a lot of nothing in it.
Umeongea tu. Mingi tu.
As you can see, this one, umepatana na uto video.
Umepatana na video.
This one, what have you told us?
In fact, like for example, there's a thing people don't really get to understand.
Yes.
People will watch your content for a specific reason.
Yes.
And most of the time it's going to be a selfish reason.
Yeah.
Like an example is, like I went to a business some time back and I told the client, stop talking to people about your business.
Yes.
Talk about you. And the person was like, no, why would I talk about you? And I told him, good, let's shoot content about what you do over here.
Yes.
Si unasema unauza laptops. Tuongea about hizo laptops.
Yeah.
We shot videos. Watu wanaboeka. You can't be telling people, this is an Dell XPS, 450,000. No. People don't want that. They're so used to that. They want to see something unique.
Yes.
And I was trying to tell this guy, let's create a story. Let's tell a story.
Exactly.
You know, the funny thing about content creation is, like, for me, I teach people web design, but utasikia nikiongea about relationships.
Yes.
How? You attract an audience, then you segment that audience. Ukitengeneza video and you talk about relationships and it gets like 100,000 views.
Yes.
How many people have watched? How many people in that video could actually be interested in something about web design? Kuna raya, obviously. And at the end of the day, we have to think about content creation as a tool that allows you to be out there.
Yes.
And at the same time, it tells a story. But pia, kuna stuff zingine nafikirianga, and I think it's really important you get to understand. Before you begin content creation, in as much as you're experimenting, try and error, have a niche.
Yes.
Have something that you want to speak about. Be very consistent about it.
Yes.
And choose a platform.
Yes.
For me, I started with TikTok. It was a good platform for me to actually create content. Mwishowe ilinileta all through to other social media platforms. But at the end of the day, there's something we refer to as consistency.
Yep.
Consistency kwanza, hiyo acha nikuachie. Talk about consistency.
Being consistent and showing up. Man, I can't stress this enough because it has affected me in many ways. Not being consistent. You have a very good product and it's coming along well. Lakini mahali inafika inakuambia tu iko sawa. They will just come. See they know you. Where you are depressing wewe. Wewe ni mtu wa kutafutwa. Wewe si mtu wa kupostia watu. They don't. People will come as long as they are getting something from you.
Of course.
And you have to understand that. There is no shortcut about that. Keep on creating. Number 2, consistency in the sense that when you show up, you don't show up as a different person. All right? I try to stay in my lane very, very, in a way that I don't, inetangwa nini, throw away my audience everywhere. The reason why I chose to niche down to entrepreneurship and all that is because even when I talk about politics and all that, I can talk about politics referring to an issue or a political issue that is affecting businesses. All right? So even when I talk about politics, I won't talk about politics in the sense of I like this, huyu ni mtu wenyu, huyu si mtu wenyu. I'll talk about politics in the sense that it is affecting entrepreneurship and affecting businesses. Consistency in the sense that when we come to your page, we won't find Elvis talking about women are better than men. Then kesho, these are skills that you're supposed to learn. You'll be like, bro,
kwani unabonganga story gani?
Which story do you bong? Now, first start with quantity, then polish up on quality.
Exactly.
I'll tell people that we might disagree with some people, and it's good. We are not meant to agree with everyone. But in my own perspective, start with quantity. See how people will
react.
Your audience will tell you. By the way, there is how you talk about this. There's a way you talk about this. They gravitate more towards this.
Unanibamba sana.
Yes. So capitalize on this. They are gravitating more and put more quality on that. We started with videos, just recording and all that. Now I'm addicted. I can't post a video that is not made with a camera. I don't know why.
Mimi, let me honestly tell you. How many cameras do you have?
I have 3 cameras.
Oh, Jesus. Me have 2.
Yeah.
And the last time, sometimes I take my phone to shoot a video. Hata ikuwe ni simu inakaa aje, I'm like, no, pana. It gets to that point.
Yeah.
Now, soon enough, we're going to be using cinema cameras.
Yeah. And it only goes up.
Yes.
Let me tell you, content creation, as you're growing your audience, there is no way we can shoot PowerTalk with phones.
Of course.
Hata tukiwa tunataka aje.
Now it gets to a point where you're using such microphones.
Yes. And this is the lowest you will ever see this. The only place we can go is up.
Of course.
Because we are being consistent and trying to be consistent in our messaging. Maybe as I close, make sure what you're creating has content.
Of course.
Think about that.
That is why it's called content creation.
Iko na kitu ndani.
Start your content creation journey today. It is good for you to begin talking about something that might offer value to people and something that can build a brand for you. Something that can actually be turned into a business.
Yes.
Think about that. My name is Elvis.
My name is Daddy Blessing. See you in the next one.